Welcome to another episode of Grade Pending. I'm your host, as always, Paulie the Bull, no relation to Gravano. This is Grade Pending, where we rate and review movies, shows, music as well coming soon. This time we will be reviewing the Suicide Squad. And as always, to talk about the show, we have to talk about the show, so there will be spoilers for those who have not seen it. Watch it first, come back, and then watch this, because we're going to talk about it freely. That's the only way to talk about it, all right? Also on Grade Pending, we have our own grading review where we go, awesome, which is the top of the top, the cream of the crop, the best of the best. We got dope, which is very good, not perfect, not the bestest, but hey, it's a good show, good piece of entertainment. We got meh, which basically is all right, or watched it once, not trying to watch it no more. And then we got straight trash. With I'm never watching it again. It was hot garbage. Get this out my face. Why did I spend money on this? However you feel about it. All right. So first off, we're going to give our individual reviews, and then we'll come back together as a group and discuss it, as we always do. All right. So first off,
Yo, what's good, everyone? First off, I'm just gonna go straight out and say it was dope. There were some things in it that would have given it a better score, like if King Shark would have been animated a little bit better, maybe more like he was in the Flash TV show, even though I know technically it's two different universes. Um, but he was voiced by Sylvester Stallone. So that right there should have made him a little tougher, a little meaner. I mean, it's Rambo and Rocky. I mean, how do you make him like hand? That just made no sense to me. John Cena's character was actually surprisingly done really well. From seeing him be like this all-American good boy in WWE to all of a sudden being this cursing, trash talking, ass kicking dude, it's just like, okay, so the dude can act. Um, but overall, it was an improvement over the first one. It was nice to see that it wasn't centered mostly around Harley Quinn, which most people would have assumed a Suicide Squad movie to be. Excuse me. But yeah, it was definitely an adult movie. Even if you're not into comics, whatever, you just looking for a good movie to go see, I would definitely recommend it for that.
Okay, so I gave it a mope. It was kind of meh and dope. It wasn't really it was kind of, there was certain parts I was like meh, and then there were listen, I like blood, guts. I like people being ripped apart, and I like seeing the entrails. I like people's face getting blown up. I loved Invincible. So if that's any indication, so I love all of that. It was a little misleading, right? Because some of the trailers had it was like 9 people. and, and then they all died in the first like 5 minutes. So I was a little confused at first. I got it. And again, there were some really great parts. Like I like blood and guts. I hate rats. I despise rats. Like I'm in New York, right? We despise rats. So it wasn't my most favorite part. But all in all, it was okay. Would I say it was dope? No. But it was a little bit more than a meh. So it's a mope. It's a mip. It's a mip. I'll call it a mep. That's my review.
I gotta say, that's the first time a person might mash up the grades. That was actually pretty cool. I gave it a dope. Um, I enjoyed it, like because it's not a movie that you take serious. It's not like it's a Marvel thing going into something else that's serious and so forth. Like it was an enjoyable movie. For what it is. You look at it just at its face value, it's just an enjoyable movie. Um, I tend to think of it as Expendables 4, this has slash Suicide Squad, because it was just like Expendables, even though you had Sylvester Stallone on it. It was literally just that, just action, people blowing up. The best part to me was the right in the beginning. Pete Davidson's character just gets shot in the face, can't stand the dude. So just seeing him, this was just it was masterful. Um, the rest of the movie just goes on from there. Like it's literally just like that first scene over and over again. Um, it was cool that it had the actual comic writer or artist who did Suicide Squad as the doctor that was injecting people with the bomb in the head. But just overall, it was a pretty good, enjoyable movie. I give it a dope just because it's action. It's nothing that you're gonna take serious, nothing that you're gonna think, okay, how does it tie into the next movie or to the next installments? It's just what it was.
I would probably give it a dope, close to an awesome. I definitely enjoyed the movie. It had me laughing throughout the whole time. I am gonna piggyback on the fact that I'm glad that they didn't focus it so much on Harley Quinn. There are definitely like good moments where like I literally had tears coming down my eyes just because I was laughing so hard. But overall, like it's a movie I would watch again, because it was good comedy, and I think what got to me was close to the beginning when the freaking ferret weasel, whatever thing, was drowning, and they're like, "Did anybody check if it could swim?" And I was just like losing my shit with that. And then, like I said, overall, like it was a fun movie to watch. So I'll give it a dope.
I also want to give it a dope. Once again, I find myself at odds with Jared. I love Pete Davidson, so I was so upset that this man got shot in the face. He got to have some good, funny jokes, like with the werewolf thing, and if he was gonna get his gun or not, or whatever. Pete's cool. He got shot in the face immediately. But besides that, the movie is good. Unfortunately, I feel like I love John Cena's character, Peacemaker. I can't wait for the show. But his best lines were in the trailer, so unfortunately, it wasn't much surprises there. The second act kind of got a little slow with the pacing with Harley and the Spanish guy that she fucked. I was just like, let's get back to the core guys, the other guys, because that stuff was more entertaining. The rivalry between John Cena and Idris Elba, that was really entertaining. So I wanted to go back to that. Starro was dope. Overall, yeah, the word is dope. It was a dope movie. Enjoyed it. I think it's James Gunn's third best movie, in my opinion. I think Guardians 1 was better and Super was better. But I think it was better than Guardians 2.
Overall, I think the movie was, I'll give it a dope. I've been calling it for the longest Expendables of the Galaxy, and that's exactly what it was to me. I was surprised being such a silly, it was a silly movie to start off with, and I was surprised in the middle where it dragged a little bit. I didn't expect it to have a moment where it kind of slowed down with all the silliness and all the craziness, and there was a point where, them being the Suicide Squad, nobody even died. Like it was a point where it was a pause in the movie, which was kind of unexpected. I give it a dope. I'm not very 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 high on it. I feel like James Gunn got free range to do a lot, and he definitely did. And the R rating, they got the blood, the guts, the cursing. It didn't feel like it was overtly thrown in the face, but again, overall, funny, cheesy, silly popcorn movie. Something that I could watch again if it's on. I may not go and press play myself, but if it's on or whatever, I could just watch it wherever it's at. It's just a silly, cheesy movie, and it didn't make me look forward to the Peacemakers spinoff show. I thought Cena was funny within the context of this role. Him leading a movie or it continuing from this, I'm not really that interested in. Really, I thought that would make me want to see the movie, but maybe if it was a prequel to him getting here, but knowing that it's going to probably continue from where we leave off here, it's like, yeah, we don't really like him, what I'm saying? But when HBO Max gets it and stream it, and plus they said there's going to be a lot more stuff from Gunn, so I'm not really looking forward to it. But if it's on and it's part of my subscription, why not? I'll watch it. But overall, the movie was dope. Wasn't like I agree with Otto, wasn't the best from James Gunn, but I think it was decent.
Was it the second time in a week that me and you have disagreed, Otto? Well,
Back to back, bro. Back to back. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Still love you, bro.
We both thought the movie was dope, so at least we're on the same page there. So that's good.
Right? At least we got that part together.
We're all within the dope range, you know. Crystal,
Well,
less
Crystal
than
making up
less
her
than-
own words.
One
On
more.
the first
I'm not
show.
making up words. I wasn't making up
She
words.
combined.
He gave me an
One
option.
more.
He gave me an option. He said you could do either or. I don't
You
like,
like
to sport
both.
up. Focus. It's a milk.
Mope.
It's a mep.
Meh.
There you go.
You need
Mep.
to make that one of your ratings because it be confusing.
Change the whole
Sometimes it don't
system,
all the
bro.
way be
First
dope.
thing.
See,
I love how
you
she
see what
just come on
happened?
your show.
You know what I mean?
Well,
They gonna change the whole production.
I'm
No
trying to
good.
help a brother out. You need to give people more options.
Telling you,
It can't
I
be
love
meh and then dope. Like
So
that's-
if it was one or the other, which would you lean towards?
Trap.
if it was I would lean towards meh. I mean it was good, right? But it wasn't dope. Like you
Okay.
can't like that's
All right.
like I like a little crack or I love crack. Like you know, it's either you like crack or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Well, people are
gotta-
addicted to crack. I don't know if they really
you
like
gotta
it, but they just get
see?
addicted to it. I don't know
Well-
if this is not an addictive movie. You know.
You gotta give people that middle ground.
I thought I did.
Space.
Okay, I'm
You
sorry.
have too much space between the meh and the dope. You gotta add an extra rating right there in the middle.
So we're gonna add a Crystal rating. It's gonna be
You
man,
need to, right
Crystal,
there in the middle.
dope.
There
You know,
go.
if we can't figure out what it's gonna be Crystal. It's gonna be the Crystal.
Trademark.
Yeah.
Don't use
Oh,
that.
look,
hold on.
see?
Hold on.
Let me call my people.
Trademark that first. I got you. Hold on. Let me get my trademark people on the
You gotta pull
phone.
the Viacom. You gotta pull the Viacom rules.
So, which character stood out to you guys? Because a couple of you guys said y'all were happy that Harley wasn't the focus, which I think we all are because we used to a bunch of movies that focus on her that weren't supposed to, but focus on her. So, which character you think stood out in this one?
I would say I had two. I had Bloodsport mainly because I liked how everything was interconnected in his suit. And the
Yeah.
Inspector Gadget reference to that was actually very, very cool. And also Ratcatcher 2, mainly because she made me think of the Rat King from Ninja Turtles.
Okay. What about the rest of you guys?
Peacemaker, man. Come on. You tell me you don't want to watch Peacemaker? What do you got against Cena, bro?
Nothing. I just
You saw him in his tidy
They
whities.
even
You
use it
felt
as a line in the
uncomfortable.
movie.
That's all it is, bro.
I just didn't. It didn't make me look. Oh, I can't wait for his show. Like, no, I didn't. You know, it didn't.
Nah, this-
It didn't make me want the show. Like, that's just really. It's gonna happen. They're gonna make it. We already knew it was coming. So, you know, that's why I said I didn't know if the show was gonna be a prequel to this story or it was gonna be a continuation. So,
I
thanks
get
to
where
the
you're
post
coming
credit
from in the
scene.
sense that we do end up disliking him because he ended up being a bad guy and he murked.
Which they all were bad guys, but it was just the level that he went to. It didn't make me like, you know what? I can't wait for this guy's show.
People love redemption. The bad guy, the Tony Soprano that we root from, the Walter White. We like the bad guy. Maybe he'll.
So
turn
you're
around.
expecting
We'll
a
see.
redemption
We'll see.
show.
Of course,
You're expecting.
Of course.
Okay,
100%.
I mean,
Same
look,
shit. Same thing with Omni Man. We didn't like what Omni Man did, but Omni Man's fucking shit, and we're gonna see if he's gonna be able to redeem himself for his actions.
Well, you can see his turn at the
He
end.
should
He
not redeem himself. That is the whole point. He is great at being this fucked up character. What?
Oh, you
well, listen, guys. We reviewed that. We reviewed that last time. We're not gonna make
I
this
wasn't
about.
a part of that.
Well, you didn't. You know, I'm sorry, but you're here now. When we do these, you already know. Hit me
plenty
up.
of time for redemption. Plenty of time. There's 1 and 3.
So, Suicide Squad. Jared, Michelle, Danny. What character stood out to you guys?
well,
Well, no, Danny, you already said. So, Jared and Michelle.
Michelle, ladies first.
Oh, thank you. I would definitely say John Cena definitely stood out. Just
So John
because-
Cena stood out, not Peacemaker. It was because he was in his
whatever
drawers.
it's called, yeah.
Because he was in his drawers. I got it.
And then
Tidy Whiteys.
Give the people what they want.
right.
The Tidy Whiteys.
And then no, it definitely was not the tidy whities. And then of course, Idris. Like it was a badass character overall. Like I personally am not too familiar with this comic. I guess this comic scene, but like I said, as a comic book fan, I did enjoy it. I loved it. It definitely kind of made me like a little bit more curious to know more about it. But like I said, they would be like obviously the two main characters that stood out the most.
For me, definitely Bloodsport stands out. Me, I think, because he's the main character. He centers around. You know, the most of the movie centers around him, and you know, his 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 I guess his disdain for Weller, but the fact that eventually after a while, like he realized, like it took him to like be that leader to find a way, to like try to like save his family himself, and to like kind of just get back at her also, by having that evidence. So it was a good arc for him. Milton stands out.
Milton.
Aw,
Rest in peace, Milton. Rest in peace, Milton.
Fuck is Milton?
Aw.
Milton stands out. He was a good dude. He was there.
Yeah, Milton.
I think what
Tried.
got to me was the name of the strip
Tried.
club. I started dying laughing.
Yeah.
But Polka Dot Man actually was
Polka Dot Man was good too.
Polka Dot Man actually it was pretty complex. Like it was actually like for him being the most weird dude there, because it's like this that dude that has to obsess about his mom. Like that's some real Columbine type shit. Like that's some real school shooter shit right there. Like the dude has to fixate on something to try to like take his aggression out. So
I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard the roll call of characters, Polka Dot Man sounded like the stupidest thing ever to me. And by the end of the movie, I was like, you know what? I like this. I like that guy. And if, you felt bad for him. You felt like he went through a lot. Like he was tortured. He didn't ask for what was placed upon him.
James Gunn
And
did his job there.
James Gunn is definitely good at giving you heart into the randomness of characters. He can make you fall in love with a raccoon and a tree,
Weasel, dog.
a shark, and no, I'm talking about the Guardians, well, the better movie. But we talking about that. But if he can make you fall in love with the randomness of
his brother in movies.
and having him play
Loyal.
those crazy characters. But yeah, nepotism, Hollywood. What can you say? But Polka Dot Man kind of was unexpected. Like the MVP of the team. Which were any deaths that surprised you? Did anybody die that you didn't expect?
I didn't expect Pokemon guy to die, so I was just like Polka Dot, whatever guy, when the freaking
Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man.
Adam Roper's character. I
Which
didn't
one?
expect Adam Roper, Michael Roper rather. Sorry.
Oh, Michael Rook. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to die like within like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
He's the first character you see. Like he was the first. Like you thinking, oh, this movie gonna be about him?
His ass out
Well, I didn't think it was going to be
Get outta
about
here.
him, but I expect him to have more of a role.
Yeah.
But it's
I
also
like that he
kinda
ran
fucked
away
up
like a
how
little bitch.
Mm-hmm. Well, tried to.
There was that. And they also
Savant.
kind of made him like another Yandu in this because he was catching the ball from no matter
With the
where.
ball. Yeah.
And then
Kill
he
that
winds up
bird.
dying. So it was like, yeah, it was like Yandu all over again. Only he didn't grow a heart.
And then the other bird ate him, so it was like, this for the
revenge,
homies.
son.
This for the homies.
It came full circle for his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Any
I think
shocking shocking deaths?
Oh, flag. I wasn't. I mean, I was expecting it, but
Mm-hmm.
not that way. I don't need to see the thing in his heart. Like,
X-ray,
okay, I like
X-ray.
blood and guts, but I need to like when
You
it's
got-
a good character. When it's a character that I like, I don't
Yeah.
necessarily want to see anything penetrating their heart, literally. So I was a little miffed. Not a lot. A little. Damn it. I
Okay,
like
you,
flag.
you need some tissue? You all right over there? You need a moment?
No, I'm straight.
Okay.
No, I got over it. I got over it.
All right.
I
no
watched
doubt.
it yesterday, so I'm over it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Anybody
that
else?
whole
Any?
combat X-ray thing was pretty. Was pretty.
Yeah, the fatality cam.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody else shocked? Any deaths that caught you off guard? Nothing.
I was worried about Peacemaker, and then post credits, I was like, all right, we're good. 'Cause I wasn't sure if the show was going to be a prequel or a sequel.
Right,
And then post
right.
credits, I was like, all right, we're good.
Well, I don't know if it was a shocker to anybody else, but when I saw Weasel wake up again, I'm kind of like, are they going to use him another one? I'm like, why are they keeping him around?
And I want to know, did he wake up like a day later, 2 days later? Like, what? Did he wake
It
up
was
right
still
away?
nighttime,
Because
so it was at
he's
least
still.
24
Well,
hours.
it was still nighttime. So
Yeah.
I'm going to assume it was like a couple of hours later because it was like still nighttime. It looked like it was just after it happened.
Right. That's I'm wondering right if it was right after when they left the beach and then he woke up then, or but he
Killed a bunch
like
of little kids, man. He's out there, he's loose.
and he's going to think the mission is still going on, so he waddled away like he's like, I got to finish the mission. Who knows what he's about to go do.
Because he's he's got the perfect color because he's in a Latin country. So right away they're gonna blame it on the chupacabra.
There you go.
They won't.
And what about Starro? Another thing James Gunn did was give us a villain that even you felt a little bad for the for the villain. It was like, oh, he was just an alien in space floating, looking at the stars, and American astronauts just snatched him up. Like, damn, like felt bad for the star with the big eyeball.
I was very excited to see him though. I hadn't seen him since like a Teen Titans Go episode. I was like, oh, it's the same little star from Teen Titans Go. Okay, okay,
bigger.
but I didn't feel bad for him. Not if you adding like starfish to my face and you screaming at me, this city is mine. No,
But that's what I'm saying. James Gunn is so good at that little subtlety of when he died. He was like, I was happy when I was just floating in space, looking at the stars, like, and y'all mofos come and snatch me up and made me like this. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, oh,
Sounds like America, don't it?
Oh,
yeah.
Jared beat me to it. Jared beat me to it.
I mean, that's what it was. He was just floating in space, chilling, looking at the stars. And then they said, "Get him!" Now it's self-defense. Actually, it's not. He's not trying to, take over the world. He's just
Self-defense.
just retaliating.
Yeah.
I mean, having a bunch of rats take him out at the end was kind of very meh, but I guess that was the best they could do. I think it would have been better if they would have like used the javelin to open him up, and then King Shark jumped in and then started swimming around, ripping him up. That might have been a little bit better than seeing a bunch of rats eat him. Maybe it would have gave him more of a tough guy rating in my view, but
Yeah,
it's James Gunn. He doesn't necessarily always make sense.
because even the rat catcher, her dad, that little flashback. I think it was placed at the wrong point because it tried to give us that heartfelt moment there, but it was in the midst of the, it just came awkward and it was dramatically zoomed out and it was like, all right, they're doing it already. We know, we got it. Rats are important. Yeah.
You're speaking
It was
like a non-junkie, my friend. I've seen a lot of junkies that scene touched them. They presented like a junkie in a good light in an important moment. So redemption.
I think if it would have came, if that flashback would have came earlier, and then it would have called back to it, maybe. But putting it there where she's already posing with the thing, and the rats are already handling their business, it was just like, all right, get back to it. Like we got it. That's why it was just a few things that it was just like, all right, we get it. I could have chopped a little bit of this down. What do y'all think about Harley getting kidnapped? Are y'all tired of the female character always being the one to get snatched up? Black Widow in the Age of Ultron, Harley,
she
like
handled it herself. They made sure that she handled it herself, and that was great. By the time they were ready to, Cena was about to snipe that lady. She was already good, so they handled that properly. I just wish the love subplot with her and the guy, like I didn't really care about that at all.
Anybody else have a problem with that?
The whole part of Bloodsport taking him out of the building, and he's just looking at it and saying, why am I so hanging inside of this building?
Oh, Danny freezing up over there.
Yeah.
I can hear the robot. You
Yeah.
looking like Stephen Hawkins right now. I'll edit that out. I can't. You frozen and you sound robotic.
It's the Wi-Fi.
Well,
Yeah.
it is the future after all, right?
I can barely. You froze again. Hold on. Yeah, Jared. What was you gonna say, Jared? And then we'll see if Danny can come back in.
I think the problem with as with other things is that when you see a character portrayed in another series and then you see them on screen, you kind of like seeing you see like the difference of somebody is kind of it kind of throws you off, like, because like to Danny's point earlier about King Shark, it's like you see how King, like for me, like I love the Harley Quinn series, the
animated series,
the cartoon series. Yeah, the animated series. I love that series to death. But you see how King Shark is on that show, and it's like
Right. It's such a big difference.
This guy seems remedial, like he seems like some remedial, kid, stuck in a shark body.
Patrick
so
Star
it's
version of King Shark.
yeah, so it kind of throws you off. I mean, like Harley's badass, so and she was badass in that show, so that kind of like falls parallel. But King Shark just doesn't. Look, it gets perpendicular at times, and then it goes parallel. Because we know King Shark has ability. He's but it just doesn't show as well. But I mean, I think he did a nice job trying to add like little DC, villains in it because because who thinks about putting a calendar man inside of a movie? Like who thinks about doing that part? Like so at least it lets you know that they've been really in a DC world. We showing other characters and stuff.
Mm. Favorite scene, which I got for like a favorite scene of the movie, and real quick because you run on short time.
Probably when Cena and Idris were going against each other, trying to get the most kills or the best kills, and then they ended up killing innocent, like good people, the refugees. Yeah. That was pretty funny. And she was like, "Why didn't my guys tell me that you guys are coming?" Like, you didn't see anybody. I saw my mom and I killed them all. Real quick, because I know, like I said, we're running out of time. I know Michelle saw it in theaters. I saw it in theaters. Did anybody else see it in theaters?
HBO Max.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And that's why the money is low. We spoke on that briefly before, and as that more comes from that, we'll see where it goes with the whole theatrical release and streaming service releases, because the plan was for it to end around now. Well, Disney, like you said, Disney Plus is going to stop doing it from here. So far, they said, and then HBO Max still said throughout the year, and then they're going to go back to theaters only. But that was expecting this to all end by now. So we'll see what they do. The thing is, they're going to have to.
Real quick, are you guys planning on going? If Shang-Chi doesn't hit Disney Plus, are you guys planning to go see it in theaters?
Mm-hmm. I have no choice. Gonna have to.
December 3rd, I believe, right? Yeah, I plan on seeing it.
Oh, Crystal didn't say nothing yet.
It just brings that vibe of normalcy in a sense, even though we're still going through this damn pandemic shit. So like, if I could still get the chance to go to the movies, I will hands down go to the movies and watch it.
See,
Crystal,
I think for us in New York City, like unless you're going to Jersey, because New York City hit the vaccine only places now. So I think that goes in effect. So it's fully September 13th.
Well, we got Long Island, Jersey, and Yonkers.
Yeah.
We got options. we got options.
So, and I know New York City is on some stuff. So unless you want to go out of the city, whatever, that. But September 3rd, it falls right before the New York City fallout thing. So, I mean, you still got like 10 days before it drops.
Crystal, what you doing? You gonna see Shang-Chi in theater?
Yeah, I'm not trying to give no Disney Plus with that $30. Nah, y'all haven't gotten $30 from me yet, and you will not get $30 from me moving forward. No way. I will wait the month that y'all all talk about it, and then I'll sit at home when it's $7.99.
Nice.
Comfort of my living room and watch it then.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, because like I said, it's seeming like all of the companies now are trying to figure out now what they're gonna do, because they all were kind of expecting this to be over and everything to be back to normal by now. And
well, it would if people just listened in the first place, but that's a whole different other show.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into that now. You know what I'm saying?
Sidebar.
Yeah, we'll discuss that on another day. But thank y'all once again for the reviews. Like I said, we got more reviews coming. We got more movies and stuff that's coming out. What's next? What's like the next movie that's like the big movie that's coming out? Otto, what's on your list? Because you see more movies than most of us. So.
I got my next movie is Don't Breathe 2.
That was a good trailer.
That's next week.
Don't Breathe 2.
That's not a big one.
Yeah.
Not a big one, but as far as big one, I think it might be Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
If it comes out, if it doesn't get bumped again.
Right.
Fucking nonsense.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I really
So
hope they don't bump 007 again, man. Jesus fucking Christ.
Is Don't Breathe 2 going to be HBO Max, or is that who's?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I think I remember the trailer saying only in theaters. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they were pretty bold about that. That and Halloween are the only two on my list right now.
Okay.
Halloween,
not
I hope they don't push
comic-wise.
that. Oh, Candyman. Candyman's at the end of the month.
Candyman, yes, I forgot. That's been pushed back a couple times. So yeah. Forgot about Candyman. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Either way, there'll be some stuff for us to review. So we'll be back. Thank y'all for all the reviews. Everybody else, with your own opinions and things, comment below. Let us know what you think. Also comment whatever else you want us to review. Like I said, we're gonna do music too. Got some music coming up. People want to review that, so we're gonna review some music albums as well. We got a lot of things to review. But, no, not Billie Eilish.
What If season 1, episode 1, Wednesday, August 11th. Watch that.
Yeah, coming soon.
Listen, Jared, we're not doing promos. We're not doing promo. That was very
Let him
promo,
cut a
Jared.
promo.
All right?
Let him
You
cut a
work.
promo.
Mickey Mouse done got you, Jared.
Mouse money.
Did Mickey? Oh, Jared, Mickey done got to you. Oh man, Jared, no, the mouse done got to you. Oh, we've been infiltrated. Oh man, damn it, Jared. All right, y'all, we out of here.